The most memorable moment in our business that we will never forget was that one time when we got a massive flow of orders in one day. We didn't think that this would be possible, but yeah, it happened. It was a fat paycheck. I know it's financial, but it was really something that stuck. It was really memorable. I was on the phone dealing with the orders. This one was just making non-stop. Yeah, so that's how we dealt with it. I'm Angeli.
And I'm Anne.
We're from South Auckland.
And our business is called Sainte Veronique.
So we make little girls' clothing, like custom-made clothing.
Flower girls' dresses, christening gowns, baptismal gowns, first Holy Communion gowns, and confirmation gowns. So just really for special occasions.
I make hair accessories, scrunchies, ribbons, bows, and I also make bloomers, bibs, you know, the little things. It actually started early last year when we went to Spotlight and I saw some really beautiful pieces of fabric and I said to her randomly, I want to buy this just to make a random piece of clothing for the girls, and she was like,
your children don't need any more clothes.
But then that day we got home and then my nephew got a new set of pajamas that was made by his granddad. And I said, well, if he can make one, I can make one. So we went back to Spotlight, bought the fabric, and just randomly made, you know, like a dress out of it. I did post them online, the dresses that I made, and a lot of people said to me, why don't you, make them and sell them? And then that's practically where it all started.
So I went to France to become a nun, and after a year and a bit, wasn't for me, but I did learn how to sew, and that's where I learnt my love for sewing, because the nuns taught me haute couture, which means high-end sewing or high fashion. That entails a lot of very intense detailing and design and the most exquisite fabrics and materials being used to give something really special and beautiful. Because of my love for haute couture, we have put that love into designing our classic smock dresses. We've really painstakingly thought about how we could make it the most beautiful and the most, at the same time, practical, and while using the best materials we could find.
Smock dresses it's a way of gathering a piece of clothing.
It's put through a machine, so it's pleated really evenly, and then you sew over it to keep the pleats together, and that gives it a natural stretch. So that was the old way of having some give in your clothes. It became a decorative element later when the royals put it into their clothes, like they would put it over here, and they would embroider on top of it and make it look really beautiful, and that's how it became famous in a way, because of its function as well, because it could stretch and it was pretty. They put it into children's clothing because children needed space.
As a mum, we have special milestones that we reach with our children, or like baptisms, birthdays, and we want to be able to, provide them with, these special, unique clothing to mark these special milestones.
We use French seams so that no itchy seams can be felt by the children. That's one of the things that we've put into our baptismal gowns, and actually all our smock dresses are made with French seams so that the children feel comfortable.
Design-wise, the parents or the mum can choose their color of the fabric, the type of print that they want, and the smocking, even down to the smocking. They can choose the type of smocking that they want, like the embroidery, which makes it unique for that person.
I think we're bringing back a classic design, but we're giving our twist into it, which is kind of like our beliefs into it, where we want it to be sustainable, modest, and made to last. Because of the fast fashion industry, which we've been discouraged by because of its effects on the environment and stuff like that. So we've made sure that we make our clothes to last and we are also using natural fabrics, as well as being a classic, so you can always hand it down
To the next generation.
This is why we're doing this, because we want to change the way the fashion industry is, because it's just it's not good for the environment.
So much waste.
We source our fabrics from
Different places.
many different places. Since a lot of stores do tell whether they source their fabrics ethically or not, then we obviously gravitate to those who do say this is made in Italy or made in France or made in India, or things like that. And so we gravitate towards those stores.
We still go to Spotlight.
Yeah, of course.
What I love about the business so far is being able to create dresses, design dresses ourselves, and seeing it come to life, seeing it being worn by little girls, by my own girls, and seeing other people compliment on them and say, oh, it's really nice. It gives you that sense of fulfillment.
What I love about having the business is how much we've learned, because as a teacher, it's all about learning all the time. So I love the learning process.
What inspires me would be my children. They motivate me to do what I do more, do better, and keep learning from it. Seeing my creations and my children, they make me want to keep doing what I do, keep learning, keep going.